Am I happy with the final lineup? Am I going to stan X1? Hello everyone, my name is Sai and welcome to my channel. I'm going to make today's video another installment of my beloved series, Let's Talk About K-pop. Let's Talk About K-pop, or LTAC as I'm going to start calling it, is a series I came up with a couple years ago where I basically just ramble to you guys about K-pop related things due to the whole buzz about this particular topic and due to the debut of this group approaching. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my opinions on the most recent season of the beloved survival program, Produce X 101. So yeah, I watched all of Produce X 101 as it was airing and I really want to talk about it. I know that I should have made this video a long time ago and I wanted to make this video a long time ago, but I just haven't been able to get it done and stuff like that. I know the topic is pretty irrelevant, but I just really wanted to share my thoughts because Produce X 101 consumed my whole summer. I've never actually watched a Produce season while it's airing, and I've only ever watched one other season of it too, because I used to not like the idea of Produce 101. I only watched season 2 because I was seeing 101 at KCON and I kind of wanted to know what was going on. I wanted to know the hype and the members and everything, so I actually asked my mom if she wanted to watch it with me because my mom likes K-pop as well. So that was our thing last summer. We watched all of Produce 101 season 2 together. So I didn't get a chance to watch season 3, I don't remember why. So when season 4 came out, I asked my mom if she wanted to watch it with me again, kind of like a commemorative summer thing for us again. So that's why I watched X 101. If you see me looking or glancing down, or if I sound slightly scripted, it's because I have some notes on my phone of things that I needed to get out in the intro for the most part, because I had a lot and I didn't want to forget anything. So I'm not scripted, but I do have notes for this video. There are a few disclaimers that I want to get out of the way before I get into this though. This is going to contain spoilers, all spoilers. I'm going to talk about everything in the show, including who was eliminated and stuff like that. So if you haven't seen Produce X 101 yet and you want to watch it and by some miracle you haven't had anything spoiled for you yet, just don't watch this video because I'm gonna be spoiling things. And disclaimer number 2, I feel like I shouldn't even have to say this, but everything in this video is just my own opinion. I respect your opinion, so I hope that you would respect mine. So if I say anything controversial or whatever, I hope you just understand that it's my own opinion and everybody's opinion is different. So yeah, just please don't be mad at me for saying things if I said I hated a certain stage. It's just So yeah, I just want to remind everyone. So I'm going to be sharing all of my thoughts on the show with you today, what I liked and disliked, favorite songs and stages, who my picks were, and the pressing question, am I happy with the final lineup? And am I going to stan X1? Spoiler alert, if you follow me on other social media, you already know the answer. Alright, I think that's everything that I needed to get out of the way, so without further ado, let's get started. So, to start, did I enjoy Produce X 101? That is the question. I really liked Produce X 101. I had a lot of fun watching it. I liked a lot of the trainees this year and I liked a lot of the performances, and I thought a lot of them were exceptionally talented this season. I really liked Lee Dong-wook as the MC guy, the representative. I don't remember what they call him, but I liked him a lot. I liked his relationship with the trainees. It really felt like he was very close to them, which kind of made watching the show pretty interesting as well. I'm only gonna talk really briefly about the whole audition process because honestly, it was so long ago and I haven't rewatched it since it was aired, so I can't really remember any specific auditions that really stuck out to me other than obviously Johan's and Tony's, just being super memorable auditions. I loved the Starship boys. I thought they were really cute. I loved the brand new boys. I loved the individual trainees. I always loved the individual trainees. I really like the whole audition evaluation process. I like seeing the songs that people choose and maybe seeing a different spin on them. You're meeting everybody for the first time, which is really, really fun, and you kind of get a first impression of everyone. You get the backstories and you get to see friendships and everything, and you can kind of already start to tell who you're gonna like the most. There were definitely some trainees from the get-go that I liked and I continuously liked throughout the entire season. So yeah, I like the whole audition process. I think it's really fun. I guess I'm gonna lump this in here into the whole audition thing because I guess it's technically the beginning of the series, I wanted to talk a little bit about the idols who have already debuted that were participating on this season. There were a lot that I knew, but the ones that I think I was the most familiar with was the members of Uptension and the members of Victon. I really like Victon, but I don't consider myself a huge stan. But Sungu was one of the members I always really liked, and I even considered biasing him. Uptension I am a huge fan of. I've been following Uptension since they debuted, and I haven't constantly kept up with them, but I've always liked them a lot, and I've always really liked Wei a lot. I was actually very surprised though that he was on it because I feel like out of all the Uptension members, I just never expected him to go on the show. So that was really crazy, but like as soon as I knew Ushin was gonna be on Produce, I knew he was gonna debut. Like I just knew it because it's just the way he is, and he's really popular, and I just knew that the public was gonna fall in love with him, so I knew that Ushin was gonna debut. The same with Sunyeon. So let's talk about this for a second. Let's unpack this. If you've been subscribed to me for a while and you just like know me, I even talked about them, I think in my first Let's Talk About K-pop. I love Unique. I have loved Unique for a very long time. Sunyeon was one of my 2 biases in Unique. I tweeted about it. I like knew he was gonna debut. He's just like so talented and has such a lovable personality and has already built a fan base for himself, so I'm like, that dude's in. Section 1 was Group X Battle, so this was them covering other groups' songs. I don't know, unpopular opinion, I really loved the Mama performance. I don't think it was better than Love Shot because Love Shot was really good and I understand why Love Shot was super popular, but Mama was good. I just feel like it should have maybe won. I don't know, Mama definitely could have won. It was one of the better ones in my opinion. I have on here, yeah, in my notes I just wrote Mama was good, you guys are mean. Both Got 7 stages killed it, especially Lullaby. Yes, Lullaby team was really good. That was one of my favorite ones. And I loved the whole interaction between Yuvin and Gukhan when Yuvin's mic didn't work. I'm pretty sure that was that performance, right? That was Lullaby, right? Yeah, duh. I'm gonna talk about those 2 later, but yeah. Clap was really good. I was re-watching the Boss stage and I realized that every single person in that team except for one debuted. So like, I'm pretty sure too, when that team was formed, didn't they call themselves the Avengers? I can't remember, but like, that's kind of crazy. So I was like, wow. Super team. And then I had on here Deja Vu Team Superior. The Deja Vu performance, I remember watching it, it was so good because that was a lower ranking team. I think it was the trainees with the most low ranks, and I thought they killed it, especially Kim Min-so. This dude, he carried the team on his back. I don't know what he was feeling himself. The charisma jumped out. It was really impressive. I was really impressed with the Deja Vu team. Position concept. Twit or Twite, best performance. The rearrangement of it, so good. It gave me chills. I think that that was probably my favorite one, or in my opinion, like the best. I think there was another one I have on here. Oh, Day by Day Superior, I have in all caps. I also really like Day by Day. I loved what they did with the guitar. It was just very beautiful and like sad and emotional. I'm so glad they let Donghyun use his guitar. So yeah, I really liked those 2 performances a lot. I also have on here Yes or No. I realized Dohyun was a god. Finesse was good, Me After You was pretty, Swallow was good, Believer was good as hell, and I have a lot of feelings about Turtle Ship. Okay, Turtle Ship. Let's talk about it. I was really surprised that they did it again because I know they did it in season 1. So I was really surprised that they chose to do it again. I love that song originally. I think there was too many members in that team for it to really flow well. They were trying to cram a lot of parts into like 6 or 7 members when there's only like 3-4 people on that song originally. So it was kind of messy. I felt so much secondhand embarrassment for Jinhyuk for having to deal with everybody else because he was the only one that put in any damn effort. I'm glad it paid off for him. I liked Peak a lot. I'm not like hating on Peak, but Jinhyuk carried that group, and I don't know, I just like, I felt like it could have been so much better than it was, and I was so disappointed because I love that song and it could have been so cool and so fun, and it was just like, I felt so bad. But yeah, Turtle Ship. Concept evaluation. Super Special Girl deserved better. That was probably, oh my god, I don't know, dude, because I really loved Move. Move was personally my favorite. It was the one I was most excited for, and it lived up to my expectations, which was really exciting. But Super Special Girl was really good. I still listen to that song like on its own. I was really sad though, like, it's a spacey song, like there's space lyrics, so why did you put them in like a beach lifeguard concept? I don't know, it was weird, but they killed it. I really loved the performance and everything. So Super Special Girl did not deserve last place. Are you joking? I really didn't like Monday to Sunday. I'm really sorry. It just wasn't for me. I thought it was so boring. So that was probably my least favorite one. I really liked Pretty Girl a lot, and I was pretty indifferent to You Got It. I also just want to make a comment that To My World, in my opinion, was just the best song in the whole show. Like, out of everything, I personally liked it more than Hui's song. Like, even though I love Hui and I think he's a genius, To My World is so good, and like I really wish that it was X1's debut song, because like I listened to it all the time nonstop after it came out, after Produce X 101 ended. Yeah, To My World, best song, superior, thank you. I want to know your guys' opinion on To My World because I really love it. Let's talk about the X concept. I, for the most part, liked it. I thought that it was pretty clever, and like I get that it's the 4th season of this show and they might be running out of ideas to keep it fresh and interesting, so they threw in the X concept, and for the most part I think they did a pretty good job of sticking with it and making it work and everything like that. I knew that the X trainees weren't gonna get eliminated during the audition process. I just knew it. After a while it did start to get really predictable, like when that one, I can't remember what it was, but I think there was one episode, I think it was when the X trainees got eliminated, but then they were like, but you have a chance to come back, and I was like, ah, here we go again. Yeah, I liked the X concept. I'm like not mad about it. Well, in terms of the X in the final lineup, I don't know. The way that I see it is like, oh, you weren't good enough to make it into the top 10, but everybody likes you, so I guess you can be in it. Like, is that how anybody else sees it? It just kind of feels weird, and like I'm not going to talk about the lineup yet, so I'm just going to refer to people anonymously, but the person who got the X position should have been in the top 10, and I feel like it's really disappointing for him because he's like, oh, I'm just like a fan favorite. I like wasn't like in this show, which like, I mean, he was really popular, but I also thought he was very talented, so it's just kind of like weird that that's the spot he got. And I'm gonna talk about that later when I talk about the lineup and the final episode later. But yeah, there's a member that like made so much more sense for fan favorite, and I don't even know if it's like fan favorite, but the way I understood it was like the most votes overall, which like doesn't make sense because wouldn't that just be the person who consistently got #1 like the whole show? I don't know, man. I wanted to briefly talk about the evil editing because every other video that I've seen has touched on it, so I'm just gonna give my little opinion. It's like not gonna be that long. I hate the evil editing. I'm not gonna say that I don't. I don't think you can watch Produce and not hate the evil editing. It's just annoying and unfair, but at the same time, you can't go into watching Produce and know about it and get super mad because you like know it's gonna happen, you know? I feel like Mnet's, maybe after this season they're gonna change based on the backlash they got this year. For the most part, I just expect it to happen. It's TV, it's entertainment, they want ratings, they want views, so they're gonna do whatever they can to keep people interested, and it sucks and I don't like it, but it's just kind of the reality of it. Let's talk about my boys. This is my favorite picks. So who were my favorite picks? My top boys, my favorite contestants, the ones I was rooting for the most. My favorite contestant for like the entire show was Tony. I loved Tony the moment we met him. Like the second Tony had his audition and he had his evaluation and he cried, I was like, I love you. I don't know, I just really love his whole demeanor. I loved his drive, I loved his personality. He's just very sweet, very passionate kid. I see a lot of potential in him. Just very sweet, kid. I really just adored Tony so much. I just wanted him to succeed so badly. I was rooting for him so much. I cannot believe he made it as far as he did, to be honest with you. Like, even though I love him and I think he's very talented, he never got any screen time. And honestly, on the stages, he never seemed that strong compared to the other contestants. I thought he was going to be gone by the second elimination round, and the fact that he made it to top 20 is so incredible. I'm so proud of him. Tony, if you're watching this, I'm proud of you. Gukun was one of my picks. I grew really attached to Gukun, like really attached to him. I liked My Teen and I liked their music, but I didn't really know any of the members or anything about them. I only knew Yuvin, so I didn't know who Gukun was, and he became one of my top picks. Honestly, was he in top 3 for me? I don't know. I was devastated when he got eliminated. Like, I cried. He, in my opinion, was one of the best trainees in that show, with so much talent, so much passion, a great personality, and I thought he was kind of a fan favorite. It makes no sense to me that he didn't make it to the top 20 because he also got like a lot of screen time, and I just like cannot believe he didn't make it. And like, I don't know, I really loved the My Teen boys. Like, they were my favorites and I grew really attached to them, and I wanted them to stick together the whole time. I either wanted them to both make it in the top 20 or be eliminated together, and so I was also really sad that they were going to be separated. I was really, really upset about it, like really upset when Gukun got eliminated. Great boy. Lovely. I love him. I really liked Shihoon a lot. He was one of the ones that I loved from the auditions when I first saw him. Whenever my mom and I watch Produce, when we're just learning the trainees when they first come on the show, because there is so many of them and it's hard to remember everybody immediately, we will give nicknames to people based off of characteristics, and Shihoon was my blue shirt boy for the entire show. Well, I knew his name, but I liked calling him blue shirt boy every time I saw him. I just thought he was really great the whole time. I think he's super talented. He's such idol material. I really hope he gets to debut soon because I will bias him. I will support him. I love him a lot. Great man. Yuvin was one of my favorites. I said this to my mom a lot, but Yuvin, in my opinion, was such spot number 1 material. Like, he had the voice, he had the stage presence, he had the looks, he had the popularity. He literally had it all, and I am so bitter that he didn't make it into the top spots. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Every stage with Yuvin was good. Every stage. He had such a great personality. He had so much passion and want to be there, and he always put himself out there. He had friends. Like, he was so lovable. I loved Yuvin, and I'm just really sad about it, but yeah, good man. Let's also talk about the most wasted talent I've ever seen in my entire life. Suhwan. Literally, Suhwan was also one of the ones when I first saw him, I loved him because I cannot believe how much talent he has. He's so talented. He has an insane voice. I'm so mad that Korea slept on Suhwan. I'm like so bitter about it, and I'm gonna be bitter about it for a while. So there were 2 trainees that I grew to just like. I didn't consider them picks, but I was like kind of secretly rooting for them the whole time, which was Midam and Donghyun. Donghyun I didn't really like until his Day by Day performance, and I saw like how passionate he is about being there and how talented he is. And Midam, I knew about him from YG Treasure Box, which I didn't watch, but I had friends that watched it, so I had heard his name. I was kind of looking out for the YG Treasure Box boys, which I did not like one of them a whole lot. I loved Ham Won-jin. Great man. I'm very sad he didn't debut. And Wonjin just had a lot of talent and a lot of potential as well. He's very idol-like, and I could definitely see him in a group. It was like weird because every time I looked at him, I felt like I knew him, or I felt like I'd seen him before. He hasn't debuted before, right? I don't know. He seemed really familiar. Let's also talk about another wasted talent, Kim Hyun Bin. Oh my god. I was also really upset when he got eliminated before the final round. He definitely should have made it into the top 20 as well. Like, talk about so much passion and drive. He worked so hard, and I personally don't have a problem with trainees that really put themselves out there and always like go for center. People call it selfish, but I think it just shows passion and it shows their dedication when they're like, yeah, put me in the center, I can do it, I know I'm good enough for this. And I just think that that's really admirable. He was also insanely good on stage, and I really liked him. He also felt super idly like he's debuted before, so I hope he gets to debut soon. I really liked Hyunbin. I really liked Peak. I liked Haenami. I liked Sejin for some reason. He just radiates sweet energy. I also love Marimongs. I love Marimongs so much. Thank you, Sejin, for Marimongs. And I really liked Grandpa Park Sun-ho. I don't know, he just really grew on me. Every time I saw him, I was like, yes, there he is. And I just like was rooting for him because of his whole backstory, and he was talented. I thought he always did good on stage. There was also this dude, the other Kim Min-so, who he just radiates cute energy. I didn't really know his personality, but every time I saw him I was like, I hope he's doing good. So those were my favorite trainees on the entire show. Please leave a comment down below who your favorite trainees were and who your picks were. I also have some who actually debuted, but I'm going to talk about them when I get to the final lineup. But yeah, those were just my picks that like didn't make it. Let's quickly discuss the controversial trainees. In my opinion, there were two like most controversial trainees. I don't know if everybody else agrees with the second one that I'm going to name, but definitely the most controversial trainee of the whole season was Kim Min-gyu, and then I also said that Eugene was very controversial. So I really wanted to sit here and rant and vent about my opinion on these trainees, especially Min-gyu, but I'm not gonna do that because it's over and neither of them made it. So at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter anymore. They are both just kids, and I'm not gonna sit here on camera and tear them apart. Cause spoiler alert, I didn't like either of them. I'm just not gonna share my opinion because I just don't think it's productive or kind. But just know that I am on the side of dislike. That is my opinion on the controversial trainees. I like the lineup of X1 a lot. I think everybody that's in the lineup deserved a spot. Personally, I know some people have some opinions about some of them and think that they shouldn't have made it, but I think that everybody who's in the lineup deserved it. So I'm going to talk about my picks from the show that are in the lineup. I loved Hyunjun so much. He was probably my second favorite in the entire show. I really adored him from the moment we saw him as the leader in X1, or sorry, as the leader in the X group. I really loved him and I was rooting for him the whole time. And he's so cute. His nickname when we were learning them all was Lil Man, or Cute Lil Man. He's the cutest. I think he's gonna be my bias in X1, but I do like several others. I really like Hangul, I love Do-hyun, and I love Dongpyo, and obviously I love Seungyeon. Minhee really grew on me towards the end. My mom really liked him, and once my mom liked him, I started paying more attention to him, and he's the best boy. I love Minhee. I definitely don't think Insang should be X. I think he should be ranked higher because he was really popular and really driven and really talented in the show, and I genuinely expected him to be in the top 10. I believe that Jinhyuk deserved X. He should have debuted. I wasn't expecting Wei to rank at all until he started getting super popular and had a ton of screen time the whole show. It makes zero sense to me that he didn't get X because I thought he was crazy popular. So I personally am pretty happy with all of the rankings overall. I really like this lineup. Waiting for X1 to debut has been the only thing that I've been anticipating and I've been looking forward to the entire summer. I actually pre-ordered a copy of their album, so I'm gonna do an unboxing of that when I get it. I'm very excited. I'm super excited for their debut. Do I like the group name? I don't hate it. I think it could be a little more creative, but I like it. I don't like our fandom name. I really wish we had been called Nabi, which is like Korean for butterfly, because like the whole butterfly concept. I think that would have been a cute fandom name. Want It is like, okay, it'll probably grow on me. I love the fandom colors, and yeah, I really like X1 a lot. I'm very excited for them to debut because I already really like them as a group. I think they're gonna have really good chemistry. So yeah, those are all my thoughts on Produce X 101. I don't think I'm forgetting anything, and if I am, you will see a screen with text. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. It really helps me out and it really helps me to know what kind of content you guys like seeing on this channel. Leave a comment down below, like I said earlier, who your favorite picks were and just any opinions you had overall on Produce X 101. I would love to hear what you guys have to say on it as well. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you stick around and join my little family. Alright, I am going to go. I love you guys so much. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!